Welcome back, YouTube. We're here on Saturday, week 3, September 2027. Looks like WWE set to debut a new stable. Underwhelming. Okay. After all this stuff, let's look and see if we've done got a bigger pay-per-view thing. Nope, Summerversary still holds it. Okay. TNA Thunder in 3 days. CM Punk and The Rock are still feuding for a 100. Toni Storm attacks Noella Foley with her title and leaves her a bloody mess. And then we see Mysterio and Pentagon versus the world's most wanted. Pentagon pinned Anthony Bennett with the Fear Factor, making defense number 1 of the TNA International Tag Team titles. We then see CM Punk defeat Adam Cole for a 52 with the Go to Sleep. And then Marshall Von Erich and Ace Austin is backstage. They have a backstage brawl. But then we see Alec Price Axel Dieter Jr. defeating Alec Price for a Lotus Lock. But Ace Austin defeated Austin Theory with the House of Cards for a 65. 74. Noella Foley is being interviewed by CM Punk. This is to show that he's close to retirement, that he's getting closer every day, and he acknowledges it, so he's trying to find a structural place backstage for 100. He hasn't declared that he's gonna retire yet, but it's almost to a point where I think he's like 45 or something, and so he's getting close. Marshall Von Erich versus Ross Von Erich. This shows that Ross has betrayed his brother once again, and Marshall Von Erich defeated Ross Von Erich by pinfall with the moonsault for a 69. But afterwards, Ace Austin gets him with a chair, and then the rest of the Ace Club members run in and start attacking Marshall Von Erich. And we see Andrade defeat AJ Styles for 70 with a Briante driver for 70, not bad. But Ace Austin defeated Chad Gable with the fold for a 66. The show got 75. Okay, AJ Styles and Jay White is what welcomes the show to Impact. And we see Brian Pillman Jr. defeat A-Kid with a Tornado DDT for a 69. We then see Noella Foley and The Rock backstage. And Noella Foley smacks The Rock and says that was for the Royal Rumble all them years ago, showing that the Foleys still have some tension from that I Quit match that him and Mick Foley had. Yeah. Okay. And then we see Dustin Rhodes make defense number 2 of the TNA Digital Media title for 55. We see John Cena also on Impact making a 94 rated appearance. Then we see Bryan Danielson versus AJ Styles for 73. AJ Styles defeated Bryan Danielson by pinfall. And then Jeff Hardy is here, and he says that there's only a limited time that he has left in the company, as he has his contract up soon. DIY versus the New Day. DIY defeated the New Day when Johnny Gargano submitted Kofi Kingston with a Croston Crab. And then CM Punk and Mercedes Money is backstage, and CM Punk says that Mercedes Money has turned into a phenomenal person on the roster. Then we see Chris Jericho versus Big E. Big E defeated Chris Jericho with a big ending for a 62. And then Ace Austin defeated Ricochet for 74 in 23 minutes to make defense number 3 of the TNA World title. And then afterwards, we see Ace Austin and Batista attacking Ricochet, and Marshall Von Erich comes out as backup. Mercedes Money and Ricochet welcomes to show to Impact. And then we see Noella Foley telling Randy Orton that he should watch out, considering that he injured her father. And we have MJF saying that he's better in the rest of the locker room and everyone else knows it. CM Punk defeated Bryan Danielson for a 74, not bad. We see AJ Styles and John Cena backstage, and John Cena is telling AJ Styles that he is better than him. And AJ Styles says that this is his company. He built it from the ground up, and he will respect him here. But Ross Von Erich and Noella Foley versus Marshall Von Erich and Alice Crowley. Noella Foley actually pinned Marshall Von Erich with Spike DDT and it gets 76. Dustin Rhodes makes defense number 3 of the TNA Digital Media title for 45. And then we see Ace Austin arrive to the arena. Chris Jericho and Christian versus DIY for 56. And then CM Punk and The Rock are still trying to hype up their match. And then we see Ace Austin defeat Andrade with the House of Cards, and it gets 74, which is not too bad. Okay, MJF and Ace Austin are backstage, and MJF says that he's better than Ace Austin, and before he can say the rest, Ace Austin smacks him. The Rock does a promo backstage saying he's tired of the TNA locker room treating him like he's an outsider. Chad Gable defeated Claudio Castagnoli with the Grand Amplitude for 50. And then we have an angle featuring CM Punk for 100. Marshall Von Erich defeated Austin Theory with an Iron Claw for 70. And then Ace Austin defeated Jay White with the House of Cards. We have an angle with AJ Styles, which welcomes the show to TNA Thunder. And then we see Ace Austin arrive to the arena. Then we see Noella Foley smack The Rock and tell him that she dislikes him. David Benoit defeated Alex Shelley by submission for 26, and then CM Punk holds an angle in which he's doing not a pop bomb, but the difference in it. Flawless and Lawless versus the World's Most Wanted. Flawless and Lawless defeated the World's Most Wanted. I don't know why I said decided. But Ace Austin defeated Kofi Kingston with the House of Cards for 78, which is not bad. Okay, MJF welcomes the show to Impact for 68. And we see The Rock and Ace Austin backstage arguing, and Ace Austin just knocks the crap out of The Rock. And then Noella Foley and Ricochet are backstage, and Ricochet is saying that if he goes up against Ace Austin once more, he will injure him once again. And it's funny because they will be facing tonight, and Noella Foley says we'll see about that. CM Punk's backstage, and he's kind of doing an interview. MJF makes defense number 18 of the International Heavyweight title for 63. And then AJ Styles defeated CM Punk for 67. And then Jeff Jarrett and Tommaso Ciampa come out, and Jeff Jarrett announces that Brian Pillman Jr., Austin Theory, Kofi Kingston, and Malachi Black will all face tonight, and the winner will go on to face Tommaso Ciampa at Bound for Glory for his Grand Champion. And John Cena defeated Bryan Danielson with an STF for 65. But we see Bryan Danielson overcome all the odds and actually win. Ace Austin defeated Ricochet for an 83, which was not bad. That's the greatest match Ace Austin's had since he got back. The show gets 73 and not bad. Okay, we got Kenny Omega versus Malachi Black for the opener. And he gets a 67, which is not bad. Then we have John Cena and Marshall Von Erich for a 99. But we see CM Punk take on Seth Rollins, and CM Punk defeated Seth Rollins for a 69, which was not bad. MJF and AJ Styles have an angle backstage. Noella Fole defeated Nikki Storm with the Somerset Lug Drop for a 71, not bad. But Ricochet says that he's back and ready for any match. Chad Gable is Andrade defeating Chad Gable for a 45, not bad. CM Punk is out talking about Ace Austin. Ace Austin's music hits, and CM Punk goes to hit him, and he gets CM Punk with a power bomb. Noella Fole then is belittling The Rock backstage for injuring her father at the Royal Rumble many years ago. DOI defeated the New Day for 61, so that's not a bad match. But AJ Styles lost to Ace Austin for an 82, which is pretty dang good. Got a 77. Dustin Rhodes makes defense number 4 of the TNA Digital Media title for 45. We see the Heavy Metal Sisters make defense number 1 of the TNA Knockout Tag Team titles. Tatum Paxley wins the TNA Knockouts World title. And then Seth Rollins defeated The Rock with a Phoenix Splash. The New Day win the World Tag Team titles for a 60. Not bad at all. We see MJF versus AJ Styles. AJ Styles defeated MJF, ending MJF's hysterical almost 200-day reign. And then Brian Pillman Jr. wins the TNA Grand title. And here's the match that we've all been waiting for. Marshall Von Erich defeated Ace Austin by submission with an Iron Claw. Marshall Von Erich wins the TNA World title. 79. But afterwards, Ace Austin is trying to talk some sense into him. And just when we thought that Marshall Von Erich was gonna be the world's that just when we thought TNA was gonna have their greatest world champion here. Nope. He goes back to the Ace Club. Sorry, no happy ending here. Terrible show. Okay, we're gonna stop here today, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share it with your friends, your family, but the most important of all, share it with your dog.